music going, let's get into it. Okay, just stepping back to my chair. Let's just start by centering ourselves. And as we do this, feel your breath. As you're breathing, try and get in touch with the skin all over your body. On your sit bones, turn this down a little bit. Sitting on your sit bones, so sit right up and roll back. So you feel yourselves roll back, then roll up, then curl it so you feel the difference. That's tucking the tail under. Sit up onto your sit bones. Now curl further forward. Take yourselves into a slight arch. We want to be here, in our neutral spine. Now the way you achieve neutral spine is really quite simple. And that is by the belly button going towards the spine, which is what we refer to as that core engagement. Now, it's used in a couple of different ways. I'll keep that music going because it was nice. It can be done in a couple of ways. Hi, Ornella. Love you being here, Ornella. I really do. So, the core engagement can be done in a couple of ways, and Ornella, you'll know all about this now. So, when we're doing this, when we're singing, and I'm not a singing teacher or instructor by any stretch of the imagination, I would never claim to do that. But listening to people like Leanne Keegan and Jonathan Welsh in particular, when they refer to the engagement of the core, and of course, as well, Adam Preslokia. I can't leave Adam out at all because he's amazing. Hi there, Muffin. But when we're talking about that core engagement and the belly button moving towards the spine, when we do that in singing, we have to allow the tummy to come out, to release in between the breath that's coming out. So if we're singing a note, we'll just go over it. Ornella, you could be singing now. Ornella's a beautiful singer with Italian blood. So if we're singing, that would be a better note for that piece of music, wouldn't it? Well, the belly button is moving towards the spine, and that's where you feel that engagement of the core abdominals. You've got your diaphragm, your core abdominals, and you've got your pelvic floor, and that's all part of the core capsule. So in singing, you would let, as you breathe in, you'd let your tummy come out. Well, we're doing movement now, which is a little bit different in the sense that when you're going to engage your core abdominals, you want to keep them there. You want to keep them in that position. So that's where the whole breathing thing differs from when you're being a singer doing this, because you wouldn't want you wouldn't want to restrict the breath that you need when you're singing, would you? But in dance, it's a little bit different, and same with Pilates, it's a bit different. So when we're engaging our core abdominals, and we can do that by singing a note, now just leave your body position where it is. We want that belly button to be feeling like it's moving to the spine pretty much all the time. It doesn't mean that you go around all day going, oh, I've got to keep doing this. It's very subtle. So once you get the feeling, it's more about just feeling it gently moving towards your spine, and maybe reminding yourself from time to time when you're doing things. You might be doing anything. You might be walking through the supermarket, if you're allowed to walk through the supermarket at the moment, which you are most of the time. So belly button to spine. And as you get good at it, you'll be able to just move your belly button by itself. And now the next part is the pelvic floor and zipping that up. And when you zip the pelvic floor up, almost like a G-string, well, you don't want to curve your pelvis with it, because it's internal. It's not you pulling your bones into a different position, because we want to keep in our neutral spine. So when the belly button goes to the spine, what actually happens is it takes your spine to its own neutral spine. So just try it. Just try it. A bit more music, because, you know, it's a mood thing. Coming a bit closer. So if you just try that, okay, and the belly button is going to the spine. Now, if you were like this, and then you went, it takes your back, that was an alto note, maybe a tenor note, that takes your back to its own neutral spine. So in effect, what it does, when your core abdominals are being engaged like that, it takes your back to where it's supposed to be. Well, what it was like when you were a toddler, before all the bits and pieces started happening that took you into different postures. So you're meant to have a little bit of a curve, but it's meant to be in a position where the little muscles closest to the bones are best supporting it. And this is why practices like Pilates are so good, and this is why I integrate these techniques into my movement. So you can be the best that you can be. All right, now we're ready. We know where we're meant to be, and that forward from T12 is going to be affected if your head's in a forward position, because all it'll make you do when you stand up is you'll feel like you're going to fall forward, and that's because the weight of the head is doing that. So you need to slide the head back. We need to make sure we're not like this too, because that interferes. That interferes with everything. That's not how we're supposed to be. There's meant to be a bit of a curve. Bit more music. Now we'll go loud and we'll do something ornella now. Because I just go on and on, don't I? But hopefully you were practicing those things while I was talking about it. We're just going to do some arm movement and think about that as we do the arm movements. Lifting up, ribs coming away from the hips. Feel them lifting. Feel the rib cage opening. Right through your back. Feel the rib cage opening without it affecting here. Keep this open. Keep the chest lifted. Squeeze underneath the bottom. Shoulders falling apart. Hold that there, lift. Feel it right down your spine, ornella. Feel that right into the upper thoracic back when you turn your hands. Keep lifting, keep lifting. You're working every single vertebrae. Now lift into this forward leg. Lift, don't go too far. Hands behind your back. Change the position because your spine's actually working differently as you do that. And now open the rib cage. Open it up. Shoulders not coming up. Scapulae drawing down as you're going up. So it's like there's two things happening. You're on a rack. Backs of the hands together. Forward, reach, reach, reach. You're still lifting. All the time you're lifting and not with the shoulders. And around. Okay. I think because I can see Ornella's here today that we are going to focus mostly on the spine today. That's the decision I've made because I can. All right, so now Ornella, we're going to go into, and I'll just talk to you because you're here. Other people will be watching it later and they can all be Ornella. Everyone can be Ornella today. So now we're going to have a look at, we'll just go into some isolation exercises for the chest. Well, actually, maybe we won't. Maybe we're going to use the pelvic floor now because this is a big support to your lower back. You know, you don't find many dancers with, and there's a bit of a debate about whether there is such a thing as like an unstable sacroiliac. There is a bit of debate about that, but I happen to think there is such a thing. And you know, you've got the bones in your hips and they can become unstable if the ligaments get lax because the muscle tone isn't as it once was and things shift a little bit. And so when they shift, it can be incredibly painful in the lower back. I mean, there's other reasons, you know, you might have disc and vertebral problems. But I'm talking about that sacroiliac area. So it's a really good idea to keep that nice and toned. And you won't find many athletes and dancers with an unstable sacroiliac joint. They just won't, because everything's so strong and toned. So what we're going to do is we're going to think about the pelvic floor now. Now we're going to lift that up. So as I said, it's like it's very internal. You're lifting. You're actually lifting your genitalia. So whichever you are, that sounded terrible. Whatever anatomy you have, you are lifting it. It's very internal. And one way of describing it is, and this works for some people, say you're standing in a lift and the lift goes up or it goes down and you feel like you've left your tummy behind. If you think about that feeling, you'll feel it right down low. And that is actually a really good way of getting some awareness of that feeling of lifting in your pelvic area and that pelvic floor area. Okay, so we're not going to be squeezing, we're not going to be counting clocks or doing anything like that. We're just simply lifting, like it's an internal lifting contraction. Okay, so whichever way, it's best for you to imagine that. I love the description of the G-string pulling up, and it's pulling up from the back. If you think of it pulling up from the back rather than the front, then you're not going to tend to move the spine in the wrong direction, are you? You don't want to be moving the spine. This is inside you. And if you think of zipping up, that's a really good way too. Zipping right up. But again, be careful not to move the bony structure on the outside. This is inside. So when you engage your pelvic floor, you're going to feel it underneath your tummy. When you engage your core abdominals, you're going to feel it underneath the tummy. And anyone who says, put your fingertips here onto your bones here, onto your hip bones on the inside, and now flick on your TA. Well, I don't like that. I'm not trying to criticize anyone for saying that, but if you push, you can also feel them flick on. So that's not, to me, that's not the best way to do it. Because if you ever push, it means you're pushing down on your pelvic floor. And a lot of people in the early days of doing Pilates had weak pelvic floors because they didn't realize that you shouldn't push. See, I'm talking like I think I'm a Pilates expert. And I'm not a Pilates practitioner actually, but I do understand it very well. So just be mindful that you're never pushing down. You're always lifting. And I keep saying lifting. So it comes right from here up and you'll have a similar sensation. So this is your stabilization for this whole area. This is going to keep you safe. If you're engaging your core abdominals and you're lifting your pelvic floor. And then the next thing is, if you know how to use your hip stabilizers, which we're doing already when we're lifting up and squeezing underneath the bottom a little bit. You're doing it. Yeah. So this exercise, sorry Ornella, I'm talking and talking and talking, but I'm hoping this is going to be useful because it's quite complex, but once you get it, it's pretty easy. So we're going to squeeze up and lift up, feel the pelvic floor lifting, belly button to spine, and just hold that. Just hold that. Now, it's not the singing way where we're going to breathe out and let the breathe in. Sorry, I did it back to front. See, I'm not a singing teacher. We're not doing that. We're holding, we're maintaining it, and we're breathing. Just breathe naturally. I don't want you to restrict your breathing, but this is what they do in dance, okay? So, and now you can relax. So we'll do that with the music. We're just doing that. And I'm going to go over the cues that we wonder whether this one will be all right. Oh, this will be nice. So, now, let's first sing a note. It took me a while to get to that note, didn't it? Belly button to your spine. Okay. Zip up your pelvic floor or lift up that G-string from the back. Don't alter your spinal position. You should be right on your sit bones, not back, not too forward. All right, so lifting up, keep that there. Squeeze underneath the bottom and lift up. And breathe, and just hold everything there. You can move your arms, you're not going to be moving anything. You'll feel it. You'll feel it under here. You might even start to feel not a burning sensation, but you'll feel that you're active, you're working. And this is working right across here now. Your spine will be a neutral spine. Now check that your head's not forward. That's not going to help. Because there is a relationship between the vertebrae at the top and the vertebrae at the bottom. And if something's not right here, it's going to affect that. And it works its way incrementally back. And if you're tied up here and tied down here, what do you think you're going to be in the middle? It's logical, isn't it? Okay, you're still lifting up. We're not moving. We're keeping it going. Keep lifting that pelvic floor. Keep it going. Gently. Just do it gently. You're zipping. You've got your G-string. You should feel it across your whole sacroiliac area now. Is that right, Ornella? Do you feel it across your lower back? Just relax. Good work. Now we're going to leave that for a second, and we're going to go to the upper body now. So we'll just do something we've done before. We're just going to do some isolation exercise. Just excuse me while I get my breath. I decided that I'm silly for wearing baggy tops, so I'm wearing a fitted top today because it ends up just billowing, and what I'm trying to hide and look slimmer makes me look fatter. Oh, I shouldn't even be talking like that, but I decided I'd wear a fitted top. So, enough about me. Now, what's this one? Good for the soul. Sounds all right, doesn't it? Okay, let's now lift up. Now we know what to do. We're going to apply it again. Belly button to the spine. Feel your body move forward from your last thoracic vertebrae, which is around about here, and that will take you forward from T12. So you need your head to be there. We're going to twist the upper body, maintain everything, come back to the center, twist the upper body, come back to the center. We're going to turn. This is for the thoracolumbar fascia, and we're going to open out the back arm. Look over the back arm. Keep following. Twist around as far as you can go, and twist as far as you can go. Do that again. You feel it? Keep breathing. Keep lifting the pelvic floor. Relax. You can feel it, can't you? Now this time, hi Janie. Janie, we're just doing something for the thoracolumbar fascia. We've gone through the pelvic floor. We're zipping up the pelvic floor where we did our note. And the belly button's gone to the spine. That was a beautiful note. And when we did that, we took our back into neutral spine, slide the head back so it's not forward, squeezing under the bottom. And now we're just doing a little spiral. Look over the back shoulder. It's just the upper body now. Now this was the exercise for the thoracolumbar fascia. Palms up. We're going to keep squeezing underneath the bottom, belly button to spine. Lift the pelvic floor. And now look over the back shoulder as you take the back arm as far as it will go. Come back. Again. Keep lifting. Again. feel that? All right, so we're going to just curl down, uncurl one vertebrae at a time. And fix the head position at the end. Don't curl right down, just a little way. Just curl forward. Uncurl one vertebrae at a time. Curl forward. Just as far as it's comfortable. Uncurl one vertebrae at a time. All right, just roll the shoulders. Now we're going to just do scapular stabilization, just so that you feel it going down your backs. Okay, this class has turned into more like a Friday to Sunday class, hasn't it? But that doesn't matter, because we can do anything on Monday to Thursday. Really, we can. Depends who's here, so I just decide. All right, so now we're going to draw the scapulae down. Make sure you're sitting right up on your sit bones. I don't want you sitting back. I want you to sit right up. I don't want you rolling forward or rolling back. Just sit. So you feel those sit bones and squeeze underneath the bottom. Now we're going to draw the wing bones down. Not together, down. And as we do that, we're lifting like we're on a rack. So we're going to have thumbs in upward position. Lift the arms up just to here. Now hold that. Now think about all the things we've done. Belly button to the spine, pelvic floor lifted without altering the bony structure of the hips, the position that you're in. You're right on those sit bones. Squeezing up underneath the bottom, drawing the scapulae down. You should be feeling that in your upper back now. Where's your head? Is it forward? No. Slide that head back. All right, without taking your body with it. And then as you lower the arms, lift, 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 lift. That's good. All right. Now once more. And lift, lift, lift. Head position. Don't lift the chin. See, you didn't know I could see you, did you? I can see you all. I'm only joking. And then coming down, scapulae drawing down, that's the wing bones. You should be feeling that right down your back. Now just relax. I'll put some more music on now and we'll do some isolation exercises for the rib cage, which is really good to get the spine moving, because just remember, at every single spinal level, there is, oh, I have to wave to you, Janie. There are muscles innervated by the nerves that come out at that level, and an organ innervated. So if you think about it, at each level, you've got what they call as the viscerosomatic relationship. So you've got organ and muscles being innervated at that same level. Now, if the spine is not active, it's not moving, quite apart from the lymphatic fluid not being able to move through the body, the joints aren't getting oiled because they need to move to be oiled. But also those points of innervation are not being very well stimulated, are they? So this is why it's a good idea to move your spine. Yes. So let's just now do, this one's called creeping spiders. Don't know what it sounds like. Ooh. Okay, sitting up not on your sit bones. And then the other side, we'll do a couple slowly. Watch those shoulders, watch the head position. Now if you're squeezing up, you're doing a huge workout when it looks like you're hardly doing anything. And trust me, you'll feel it, you'll feel it. Not today, maybe, but maybe in a couple of days. Now push those ribs out, push them out, push. And the ribs have your ribs respiratory muscles in them, don't they? So you need those. Part of your breathing apparatus. Now we're going to do circles. Forward. And round. Other way. Forward. Just the upper body. Forward. Go right through all the points. Front, side, back, side, center. Wait. Front, side, back, side, center. All right, now spiral it. Spiral, center, spiral. Keep the shoulders where they are. Okay. If you want to increase the exercise level, squeeze underneath your bottom, belly button to spine, zip up the pelvic floor. You can do all of this because it's slower. Okay, a bit faster. It's not a shoulder exercise. Now sideways tilt. It's just from here. Keep lifting up. Oh, you'll be feeling it. And all those viscerosomatic relationships will be going, oh, I thought we were all asleep. We have to wake up. Okay, now give yourselves a little bit of a break from that. Okay, shoulders down. Put the backs of the hands together. Lift up, shoulders down. Lean forward a little bit. Put your hands behind your back. Change positions. And now sweep out. You don't have to go right down with the body. Shoulders falling apart. Now hold that position. Okay, hold that position. Breathe into it. Open your rib cage. Squeeze underneath your bottom. Belly button to spine. Open that rib cage. Oh, if you're not warm, well, I'm warm and I was cold. It's getting quite nippy. It's that you've been working. How long have I been going? Ornella, it must be nearly up to a half an hour, but we're not ready to stop yet because I want to do some movement for the neck now, the head and the neck, because we're working on the spine today. So we'll do a couple more things. We'll do something for the head and the neck, and then we'll do something for the hips, and then we will have finished our workout and we'll go away feeling, well, that was a good whole spinal workout. All right, now with the head, we're going to put the head to the side, come back up, and now push into that hand. See how I've got my hand positioned and my elbow out to the side? So we're going to go stretch it out and then push back into it. And then stretch it out and then push back into it. Stretch it out. Don't push so that you're going to give yourself a headache. So there's someone in here I know who needs to be careful about that. So just do it gently. Oh. So that's what we'll do with the music. And then, actually, no, that's probably enough of that. Just do one more on each side. And we could put the head in a different position to stretch different muscles, but we won't. We'll just leave that for now. We're going to now do some head movements just to get our neck moving. Now, we want to make sure that the head is not forward. And we want to also make sure that it's not like that when we think we're fixing it. So we're just going to bring it forward and then slide it back. The idea is that you're going to be activating those muscles at the back of the neck. When you're forward and you're pulling on the scalene muscles that do attach, I think, they do go round to the back, but you've got too much stress here so that some of this, part of this even attaches, these muscles attach to the fascia that is around the lungs. So that's interesting. You don't really want that, do you? You want to take the pressure off here and put it into where it's going to best support your neck. So, you know, there's all kinds of things that actually go wrong when you've got your posture gets out of sync because there's pressure on places that shouldn't be there. Organs and, like fascial pull happening in a different direction. Stop talking now. We're just follow me. We're going to do some head movements. We're going to do some head movements next. What's this? New Year anthem. All right. Head forward and bring it back. Forward, back, forward, back. Now leave it there. Squeeze underneath the bottom, lift up. Don't curl your pelvis under, sit on the sit bones. Keep lifted. Just turn your head to the side without tilting it. Come back to the center. Keep shoulders falling apart. Right to the side. I'm not the best with this. I need this. I don't know about you. You're probably better than me. Side. Keep lifted. Now we're going to go back, but keep the neck long. So don't do this. Keep it long. Look to the ceiling, keeping your neck long. Drop the chin, keep this long. Keep it always long. Now do a head roll, keeping it long. Keep it long. Other way. Keep it long. It's different, isn't it, from just sort of collapsing it round. Okay, that was good. Now let's just tilt the head a little bit. Tilt. Drop the chin. Drop the chin. Drop the chin here. Drop. 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 And we'll drop the chin here now, and we're going to put this arm down, okay? So opposite arm is going to just go like this. And then we're going to, opposite arm is just dropping down while we're looking over that way, just as a little stretch out. Okay, that will do for that. Now just roll your shoulders a little bit. Did you feel your neck working a bit? That's good. Remember the cue is shoulders fall apart, not shoulders back, because that does weird things. I mean, the appearance is that the shoulders are back, but we don't want to do that, do we? And then we run the risk of our head being forward. So now we're going to do a little bit for the hip. So sit on the edge of your chair. Now don't do this if it's too difficult, because I just don't want you to do anything that's going to risk you hurting yourself. Just do what you can. So we're going to take the leg out to the front. Actually, we might do some points and flex. Point and flex the feet. Point. So lean back on your chair, shoulders down, flex the feet, point, flex, point, flex. Now, if it's easier, it might be easier. Put one foot there. Point, flex, point, lean back, lift up though. Point, flex, point, and then the other side. We'll just do that to warm up our feet because we haven't done anything with the feet. Not that we're focusing so much on that today. All right, so what about this? When Johnny comes marching home. Nanny used to sing that. Lean back a bit. Do All right, that'll do with that one. So now we've warmed up our feet. We're going to sit on the edge of our chairs like I said. We're going to take our leg up. I think we'll take it quarter to the side like we did. Yesterday we did this. So not even quarter if that's too hard. If you get a cramp here, just don't hold it there. Just drop the thigh straight down. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to push that thigh back. I think we're just going to do that. Well, yesterday we were going to try and get the foot up to the bottom. This time we're just going to push the thigh back so you feel it into your glute. Don't hurt your back though. Lift up. That's the exercise. So we're just doing a bit of a pushing exercise. I'm working here, toning this bottom so that we can combat the flat bum look. Hi Tricia, how are you? How are you going there? I'll wave to you. So we're just up to probably the last exercise. I don't know how long you've been there, Tricia, because I only just saw you pop up. But I think we'll use this music again because it's got a bit of a... Drop the thigh. Now all we're doing is we're pushing that thigh back, but we're lifting up. Lift up. Lift up. Lift there. Don't even bring it right forward. Lift up. Lift up. Belly button to spine. Rest. Okay. Slightly in front. Drop the knee. Okay, just do a few. 3. And if you don't keep going if it's too much. You be the judge of your own body. That sounds harsh, doesn't it? Be the judge of your own body. Well, maybe don't be the judge, just look after your own body. So that if you feel that it's too much. Hi Donna, how are you? We're nearly finished, Donna, but you can watch it from the start. We've done the spine today. It's been slower. It's probably more like a Friday to Sunday class that I was talking about. There was going to be more toning, like closer to the range of movement not being too big. This last exercise is probably more like the Monday to Thursday, but we had a good session. So we're going to take this leg out, drop the thigh. Now we're just pulling that leg back. Rather than thinking about the foot coming to the bottom, you need to hold on to your chair. We're just pushing that thigh back. Lift up nice and tall. So I'll put the music on. And then we're probably nearly done, aren't we? Almost, but keep going. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Didn't play. I'll try another one. Woo! Singing! Well, we might. Okay. Okay. Lift. Lift. Oh, good. I loved this kind of music when I was a kid, and that marching music. And drop. Push. Push. Not so good on this side. Just keep going, a bit out of time. Oh, it'll be good when we're free of coronavirus, won't it? But, you know, we just keep positive. So can you feel that in your glutes? So we've worked everything. We've gone right from head to the bottom to our hips and just a little bit of feet. But I think that's done us for now. I think we're finished. And so I'll give you a bit of a curtsy because that's what I do. and hope you can feel that. Think about belly button to spine, lifting the pelvic floor without tucking the tail under, opening the rib cage, keeping the chest nice and open, and feeling that opening of those respiratory lung muscles. I mean, that's actually what you're opening up when you're moving that. And the head position, and that'll do it. Hi, Catherine, how are you? I'm just finishing up, Catherine, but you can... Kitty, sorry, it's Kitty, isn't it? I'm just finishing up, but you can watch it from the start because it'll be in the group page. So if you know of anybody who wants to do something like this, just let them know. Invite them into the group and I'll accept them straight away and send them love hearts. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Really, thank you. Bye-bye.